Hello and welcome back to Yes, Yes, Yes. I'm Jade and I have been on a bit of a busy vacation. No, when I say vacation, I just mean I was working on grants and things, and so now I'm back. So thank you for your patience and your love. For all of you guys who have scheduled personal readings, thanks for letting me work with you within my schedule. We're going to do a pick a card today, and this is for Cleopatra. She had a request, so I am giving this to you for Aries Taurus season. And this pick a card is going to be about what's going on with your past soulmate or past love relationship. So we're talking something that was very deep for you. So, something that you're not in communication, you're not in connection right now. You're just kind of wondering about how that person's doing, what's going on in their world right now. And we're going to do 3 different piles. And it's very interesting. The first pile has a bunch of cards in it. Here's our second pile and our third pile, all with a Line Strider deck. And the first pile is being charged with opalite, which is angelic energy. It's peace, it's love, it's everything that's higher vibration, what we're aiming to elevate ourselves towards. The second pile here is being charged by jade, and that is a healing stone. It's a stone of prosperity, of luck, good fortune. It's also a ruler stone where it's used. It was used in the Mayan culture, as well as it's auspicious in Asian culture as well. I believe it's specifically Chinese. And then finally, this deck is being charged by my new favorite, which it has a different name, but we know it as Black Moonstone. It's not actually Black Moonstone, but it's a very dark, reflective stone. It's lovely. And so this is deep magic. This is karmic connection. So if any of these sound familiar to you as far as your relationship, then that would be the pile to kind of tune into. What else I have is that even English? I don't even know. Okay, so I've chosen an animal spirit for each of your past loves. I've chosen a card from Gabby Bernstein's deck just to get some more feelings. We're going to start with these actually, and then I've chosen the Work Your Light deck as well. So those will just give us some kind of insight as to what's going on in their world before we even get into the cards. So I'm going to give you a moment to reflect, to meditate. Let's all take a deep breath together. And we're deciding which pile is for you. Whichever one lights up. Are we ready? Okay, so I'm going to pull away Black Moonstone. That'll be our number 3. Jade will be our number 2. Okay, and we're going to start with number 1. Oh, I flipped those. Okay. Oh, this is great. So if you chose pile number 1, we're talking about your past lover having the energy of the beaver. And the beaver energy says productiveness. Go ahead and just do it. So it seems to me like this person is deep in work right now, really developing themselves in terms of, pushing themselves forward towards a new creative project or a work project, trying to really develop a legacy. There's a lot of talk about that right now, and I feel like this person is definitely within that flow currently. And it may be that they're just being, very productive, keeping their heads down, not even thinking about relationship. We'll see what comes up, but it seems like their overall energy is more geared towards doing things, creating things, and making a life for themselves or for their family, okay? Now, the Gabby Bernstein deck, I'm sorry, I have a bit of a shadow here. I didn't realize that. So what's being said is I let go of the shadow of the past by seeing someone for the first time with the eyes of love. And this feels as if this person is reflecting, okay? They're reflecting upon the past with you. They're reflecting upon the parts that weren't so good. That would be the shadows, right? The stuff that, you know, this could be some karma as well here. But this is, you know, a relationship that there were some negatives, there was some clouds, some confusion, things that didn't, and obviously that happens with past relationships, but something that feels shadowy. It's something that's lurking, right? It's the elephant in the room. It's the thing that still remains. And so they're looking straight at this issue that there was with you, and they're looking past that shadow to see you with love. And I feel like it may not necessarily mean like reconciliation. It may mean just healing, and that, you know, there might have been some heartbreak. And this could be why they're keeping their head down and just really focusing on creating a life, or really focusing on work and not really necessarily love. Now from the Work Your Light deck, and here we are in the shadows, transformation is the card. Things are changing at a cellular level. There's deep healing here. So again, I'm feeling like this person is really going within to get to a place of neutral, get to a place of healing where there's nothing, that they're not caught up on you anymore. They're not, maybe they were jealous, maybe they were, you know, operating from a lower vibration. And so they're really working, even this could be the working that they're doing, working on themselves, trying to let go of the past, let go of negativity with you in that relationship in the past, and trying to transform themselves and heal. These are beautiful cards. We'll keep those right off to the side. Okay, let's see what this big pile has to say. So, I'm feeling like I need to shuffle it. I thought I was ready to go, but I wanted to shuffle it while I'm talking with you all after we got that energy out on the table. Okay, oh my, 6 of Cups, 8 of Wands in the reverse, Page of Swords in the reverse, 3 of Cups in the reverse. I don't know, sometimes I pull these out as if they're, as if they're in a spread, sometimes not. So the 6 of Cups came up in the upright. That is the card of nostalgic feelings, of looking back into childhood, looking back into once was, okay? So looking back and thinking of trying to find those good times. This can be a card of reconciliation, but I'm not seeing it, and the reason why is that this 8 of Wands came out in the reverse. So that means that there's no movement forward. We're just kind of stagnant. So I feel like your person is really reflecting, trying to get past just the positive and really releasing all the negative. What I mean by getting past the positive is not being stuck in looking at this relationship as if it was everything. And, you know, sometimes we can look at things with rose-colored glasses and not see the truth of it. And I feel like this is what your person is trying to do, is really see the truth of it. They, you know, it's good to have these feelings, but the sweetness, the nostalgic feelings, the childhood innocence of love, because that's, I mean, those are all the things of 6 of Cups. But with it being stagnating, this is actually energy that's not helping this person heal. It's not helping them to move forward. So that's why they're really starting to dig in. And there's other things going on here. It could mean that you were in a long-term relationship. Maybe you met in childhood. Maybe it felt like it was a true soulful connection between you two. Something very deep, something that maybe even started off innocent and became something quite deep, quite surprisingly so. So all of these aspects are aspects of the 6 of Cups. But what I'm feeling here is that this person is really trying to move on, and they're just stuck in this place. And the only way to move on is to really dive in. Now, if they created an impasse, so we've got the 3 of Cups in the reverse, we have the Page of Swords in reverse. So we're talking, someone who's not speaking and who's just looking, right? They're not speaking, not saying the truth, they're stalking, right? This is the stalker card when it's in the reverse. And then we have the Three of Cups, which is, when we see it in the reverse, we talk about it being a third party. So there could have been a cheating situation, a third party, some jealousy that ensued, some stalking to find out that there was a third party. And again, remember, these energies can be switched, but this is the baseline where, it feels like somebody was kind of stuck looking at this relationship as perfection, but in reality, there was some deviousness on both parts, I'll say, because somebody was stalking to try to find the other person in a relationship that was, in a situation that was not monogamous, and it didn't seem like there was a contingency between these two people that you guys could have an open relationship. Okay, so again, this person is healing from all of this. Now, this again could be you, but we're really trying to find that past relationship. And their energies here. Now, I do want to clarify, and I'm clarifying with the same deck because all of these cards are specific to this person. Or I'm sorry, I'm clarifying with the same pile is what I mean. Okay, so let's see what's coming out. Okay, and that actually popped out earlier. Okay, interesting. So we have the Eight of Pentacles that came out in the upright, okay? So this is clarifying the Six of Cups. There was a lot of work. There was a lot, and I feel like this, when this could be like that cheerleader football player kind of love affair where you meet each other in high school and it's the perfect relationship. Everybody looks at it as being perfect. Everybody sees that you have mastered it. You've got it all, right? That's the Eight of Pentacles energy, is that you've worked really hard. You're working really hard. People see that you've mastered this relationship. You've mastered the art of love. And the Eight of Wands in the reverse, the stagnancy is being clarified by this Two of Wands. So the need to look at life, making firm, planted stakes in the ground to move forward. And this is all in the power of your person, okay? So your person has the power to move out of the stagnancy. They just have to see that they have this power. And it looks like they can't do it alone. And they might be really hoping that you two will get back together, or that they have a relationship that will help them get past you. So I'm feeling that from this Two card that comes up. So if this person's trying to come back, and I mean, again, we've had a couple of cards that could allude to that, they're really wanting to build something more stable. They want to get out of this stagnation that they've been feeling, this stagnancy of just a love that's been innocent and beautiful in the past, and they just can't quite get that back. They're trying to heal it. Let me see. The other thing about these two cards being clarified is that it's a lot of work to maintain a positive outlook when really, that's not the truth of things, right? And I think that this person's really starting to come to terms, hence all the work that they're doing, with the fact that that relationship was not exactly what they thought it was. It's not exactly all peaches and cream, or the perfect relationship that they thought it was. They're really starting to come to terms with this, and this could be a recent development of just coming to terms with it. Okay. Now we also have Page of Swords in the reverse, so that's that Stalker card. It's being clarified by the Three of Wands, yet another firm foundational card. This is taking action. So this person is moving from the need to take action in partnership to, oh, my lights are flickering, the need to take action in three, actually like building enough so that they can see their work and waiting for the work to come in, okay? So the Three it's a card of creativity, because that's what threes do. Their collaboration, their creativity, their conversation, all these C words, ABC is a three. So The 3 here it means that because they're stalking, because they're not speaking their truth to you, they might even not speaking their truth to their community, because they're waiting for it to come back around, because they might be waiting for you. They might be waiting for the perfect love that they thought this was to come back around. So this person is struggling between looking at things for the truth of what it is and the truth of what it is versus what they thought it was. And this is the process that they're in right now. The 3 of Cups in the reverse, this is a third party energy. Maybe they're seeing that you're dating other people even. Maybe there wasn't a third party in the relationship, but this is what they're observing from you right now. And now we also have that clarifying with the Lovers. So they may see that either you are in a new relationship that seems to be going quite well, or that they are seeing that while you're dating somebody else, they're seeing that the truth is that you are the one for them. Okay, they're really feeling that. They're really banking on it, because you have, 2 major cards here of deep commitment, deep connection, which is 6 of Cups and the Lovers. Now, the Lovers is also a card of choices, right? It's the Gemini card. So it's going, one way or the other. Again, we've talked about that. They have these choices to think one way or the other. So there's some struggle here for sure, but this is what's going on for them right now, is they're truly trying to see the way this relationship once was and how things are right now. Now, you know the truth, right? You're looking at this and you know the truth. The truth may be that you've been trying to date others, or that you've noticed that they've been trying to date others. But the truth being is that there's still this connection here. There's a deep, solid connection here of making those decisions, and you have to make the choice. There's stagnancy on the table, but there's a desire to build something forward, right? After the 2, the 3 comes the 4, which is that marriage card. So there's still these connections that you have together. This person really wants to build something. They're keeping their head down. I don't feel like they're dating anyone else. I think it's you who might be dating someone, and they're noticing this. They're observing it. And I feel like they really want to heal this connection, and it could be that not necessarily getting back together, but they want to heal the connection so that there's no karmic implications that continue. We've got Queen of Pentacles underneath the deck. So there's, the desire for nurturing, the desire for healing, the desire for, and this, the Queen of Pentacles again is, this is the energy of solid love, stable love. So this could be what they're wanting to present to you. This could be what they really, really need. In all of this, I can definitely see that that's what they really, really need. And I guess the question would be, are you wanting to provide that to this person, or are you wanting to move on? I feel like this is the situation where you have the power, okay? So you have the power here. This person seems to really want to reconnect and to heal this. Maybe not reconnect, but to heal this, and so and to be more stable. Okay. All right. So that is number 1. Let's pull that away, and we'll prep for our second pile, which was Jade, right? I believe so. Okay. So we're going to start with these 2. Okay. Ooh, so if you picked pile 2, your person's energy is the Deer currently. This is the Pathfinder. And let's see, what else does it say? Trust your instincts to guide you through this situation. Sorry, I had to move that up. Okay, so right now, your person is really working on their intuition. Deers, they also might be a person with a moon sign in, I believe it's, what's the nakshatra? I started just getting into the into Vedic astrology, and it's interesting. This is my moon sign, so I have deer. Your person might look like a deer. They might have doughy eyes, big eyes like that, or their moon sign might be in Gemini, if I remember correctly. Gemini or Taurus, depending on if you're looking at Western or Vedic. Vedic would be Taurus, Gemini would be Western. Okay, So your person went on a side tangent then. Your person here is tuning into their intuition. They may be looking for something new. They might be a little skittish even. Think about the energies of the deer and that, you know, it's highly aware, but also quickly frightened. Very easily spooked, right? So just be aware of their energy. Like if you were to reach out to them, I feel like they might feel a little spooked by it, feel a little freaked out by it, okay? So they're really working on their intuition and following that. Now for Gabby Bernstein's deck, and here is that shadow again, we've got, thank you, universe, for helping me see beyond the limits of fear. Thank you for expanding my perceptions so that I can see what is the highest good. And we were just talking about being spooked here with this deer. Your person is really trying to release their fears. Release their, and this could be them getting scared and sabotaging relationship. So if that has happened, they're realizing that that is their fear and they're really trying to expand beyond that now. I think they're feeling alone and really trying to expand beyond that fear of relationship, fear of connection. Then they also got the pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So again, doing lots of deep work, getting better, feeling stronger, and raising their vibration. So changing the vibration from being something that is affected to being something that is effective, if that makes sense. So not being someone who can be, what am I trying to say? So this person wouldn't be living in fear if they lived their truth. If they were living in a higher vibration, there would be nothing to be afraid of. Nothing can permeate their jam, right? Nothing could permeate their way of being is really what we're going for here. Okay, so let's see. This is the pile for you from the Line Strider deck. It's a very small pile. I don't know if I'll go through all the cards or not, but we'll see. I think that's the first card. And let's see what else comes out. Ooh, okay. So we've got the Page of Pentacles that came out in the reverse. And this is just instability, and this is childish instability even. So this could have, I'm feeling like this could have been a sabotage, that this person, you were getting close, everything was going well, and then this person sabotaged because they weren't developed enough in their intuition, they weren't developed enough on their spiritual path in order to step forward in this relationship. Now, I'm speaking in this way because you come to tarot readings because obviously you are stepping into a spiritual path. And I'm feeling like this person just has not stepped up with you. They weren't quite ready, okay? Now, we also had the Ace of Pentacles. I look at this as a fertility card. This is a new, stable connection. So, you know, they weren't ready for a stable connection. And this is something that I felt was there. Total potential. 10 of Cups is here, 2 of Swords. So you had really great cards, really great connections here, but the immaturity was there, okay? Now, I'm also feeling, and this again is what's going on for them right now, is that if this is them releasing fear, there might be some kind of new connection that they have been exploring, and maybe it's 10 of Cups if we do have that for them, which is how I'm trying to read this, that this is an emotionally fulfilling connection, okay? Something that had a small stability to begin with. Maybe, you know, it felt like, ooh, this could be something, and then now it's kind of blossomed into the 10 of Cups. So again, this is their energies. They weren't emotionally stable, but yet this thing has come to balance, come to blossom. I'm usually reading these 2 cards as connecting to you, and then this is what's going on for them. So I feel that, again, these are for connections, not, you know, you're not in connection, right? You're not in conversation. This is totally separate. You've broken up. You're just kind of checking out what's going on in their life. They're still working on this immaturity in their spiritual path. There seems to have been, and this could be money, maybe they've just been building their money up, but I mean, with the Pentacles being here and the Ten of Cups, it's possible that this was a new stable relationship that they have been in, and they're feeling emotionally satisfied by it. Now, the Two of Swords is also here, and that is the card of decisive choice, and it's needed, right? Because this card, let me show it to you again. It's a bird, but it has the helmet on. Okay, so this is when there's a choice that is needed to be made, and this could be the reflection of this person looking back on you. And I'll clarify, it could also mean that this person is really needing to make a choice between leaving this immaturity behind and stepping forward in this new path that they're really, this path of not having fear. Now, having something that's emotionally stable is surprising to me based on this fear that's being talked about. So when I clarify, we'll find out a little bit more. The other thing is that this may not have to do with a relationship at all. This Pentacles could mean that they, put themselves towards work, really started building up work. They're in a new beginning of a work project, feeling as if money can come to them, and that their emotional stability, that could be the rise that they've been working on, right? They're feeling emotionally stable within themselves, not necessarily with another, okay? This technically means that happy family, but we're going to clarify, okay? So let's see what else we've got. We're clarifying the page, and now the ace, and the 10, and the, okay, 2 and 2s. Interesting. So we have a new beginning here. It was a risk that was taken in order to do something different, to change your person's life. They wanted to leave any burdens, any weight that they had behind. So what I'm feeling like, this is directly connected to the relationship in that they, it seems like this person sabotaged. They wanted to leave it. They didn't have the connection that was presented to them, that you presented with them. They started something new that felt less burdensome, that felt lighter for them. So for some reason, this connection with you felt burdensome. It felt heavy because that 10 of Wands is here in the reverse. That means that they don't want this, so they've turned it upside down and they've let that go. Now, the Queen of Cups is here with this 10 of Cups, and what that's telling me is that it is a relationship with someone else, okay? Now, I'm saying that because these are both Cups cards. We have the 10 of Cups, which is usually the happy family, and then the Queen stepped right in. So this other relationship that this person is in seems to actually be quite good for them. It seems to be and maybe this is helping them get better and higher in their vibration. It's a good match for them, okay? So if you're looking into this and you're thinking, I wonder how that person's doing. If you want to wish them the best, this is the reading, okay? Because this is a really positive reading for what is going on in their life right now. They're in a really happy, emotionally balanced place of being with someone who is offering emotional love and nurturing towards them. And it seems to me like they left something that, was needing to be left behind. There was, and again, this burden of this new stableness, they wanted to not feel any burdens with starting something new. I really feel like it's become something more than they thought could happen, okay? I don't want to sugarcoat it. I don't want to make it about you. I'm sorry if you're feeling disappointed, because it doesn't seem like your person is wanting to come back, or it doesn't seem like your person is thinking too much about you. There is this choice here, and I don't know what that choice is about. We're clarifying a choice with a balancing act, right? So, if this person is leading a double life, let's just say it, if this person is leading a double life, they are continuing to do so, and they're not giving it up, okay? They're feeling emotionally stable with leading this double life, if that's truly what it is. But there is a decision that they do need to make, and it's something about balancing too many options. So that's why I say like leading a double life. So it is possible that your person could still be your person could still be looking at you. Queen of Swords is underneath. looking at you in life and deciding if they want to come back, if they want to reflect upon that relationship as being something that could be, you know, magic for them. But it seems like they're really in a good place. Queen of Swords came up in the base, underneath the deck. So this is the overall energy, which is decisive words, right? And she's going to do it with compassion. She's mastered her words with compassion. And I think that's really what this decision is when this person is ready to speak, they will do so in a compassionate way. I think they're just growing up. I think they're releasing whatever fear they might have. They're feeling emotionally supported, and they're just about to speak the truth about this balancing act. Maybe it's, you know, it's leading two lives. Maybe they haven't been able to fully commit to this new relationship because they do still think about you. But there is an emotional connection that they're feeling very strongly with, and it's with the Queen of Cups. So it's with really positive, very stable, but I'm trying to say, with very emotionally intelligent energy, right? This is mature energy. So it's not like, you know, it's a page that this person is playing with, okay? So if you're wishing the best for this person, they're doing well. And I think that this would be, you know, the perfect time to wish them well. This was our healing here, so maybe we all needed to hear that. So that's your pile number 2. Okay, now we're on to pile 3. The Black Moonstone. And now we have these cards. Ooh, raccoon. I don't think I've ever picked the raccoon before. Okay, resourcefulness. I do like raccoons. You have all the resources you need. So this is like a tycoon raccoon. This is an entrepreneur. This is someone who is capable of living life and doing things on their own. Maybe they released themselves after this relationship and went and forged and, you know, found a new way of doing things for themselves, really focusing on themselves, on their career, and even in love, maybe they found a new way of a relationship that would work for them, but we'll see. In the Gabby Bernstein deck, we have, instead of praying for an outcome, I pray for the highest good for all. And I like this actually because this is a really mature way of looking at the whole relationship, the whole situation. So your person, you know, you're not in contact at this point, but they are looking for the good for all of, you know, both you and they, in, you know, from this relationship. If there's children involved, the children as well. And that would be, it makes sense if it is a family situation where you have to kind of still be in each other's lives and you're trying to do it for the highest good of everyone involved. Okay, now we have the Work Your Light deck. Getting grounded. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. This deck is, and this card is really talking about this groundfulness. It goes back to that resourcefulness, really interesting. Now, I don't know if you feel like this person is highly empathic or if they are grounding or grounded. I feel like this just could be just an earth sign, right? Somebody who's really resourceful, they're really good with their money, they're a tycoon, they're an entrepreneur, and they're very grounded and they're looking for the highest good for all. So I feel like those are aspects of your person. Okay, so let's see, your pile isn't so big. Let's see what the Line Strider deck says for you, for your person. We're looking for your person. And this one doesn't want to come out, of course. Okay. All right, so we have the Sun card. We do love that. Leo energy here. Feeling very confident, self-assured, feeling like they have self-worth. Sorry, my lights are being funny. The Sun is the energizing card, right? So this person, even though this is, we're talking about active fire sign energy, this person is not only grounded, but then they have the ability to wield the power and the energy of the Sun, to wield that action of the fire signs. So they may be a mix, it might be a cusper, like an Aries Taurus cusp, or a Leo Virgo cusp, or what would be the other one? Sag, Capricorn, cusp. We could be talking about that kind of person, but this person feels very confident. They believe in themselves. They're feeling very big, very alive, as if, they have enough energy to spare to give over to others. They're just radiating, okay? Radiating, radiant, yes, all of those. Temperance, now this is Sagittarian energy, so that could be that cusp area. This is healing energy, so they're also healing during all of this. They're finding balance in their life. I feel like it's very easy when you are someone who works very hard, who's very good at making money, you can just kind of put yourself in, just focus on that because you're very good at it. So this person seems to be really good at the very practical, stable things, but I feel like they're now finding the balance in being able to get emotionally grounded as well, right? Bring the emotions back in so that it's the act of doing and feeling that finds this balance and this healing, okay? What else is going on for them is they have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this is, the not having an emotional connection, not wanting to, this is not wanting to have, not feeling like you have a long-term connection. This could be short-term relationships that they're kind of playing with, but nothing has really developed because it's in the reverse, right? It hasn't had a chance to grow. It hasn't had a chance to blossom. This person may not be in a place yet emotionally where they can offer any type of emotional stability to someone else because they're still trying to find balance for themselves. We also have the Knight of Swords in the reverse, so not bringing the truth about it either. So I feel like your person is coming from a place of being very successful and on their own, right? They're kind of a tycoon. We said that with the raccoon. They feel very confident, but they're also trying to balance their emotions, become more vulnerable, become more open. They're not there yet. Any of these relationships that they might have been playing with, they're not being truthful about not quite being able to emotionally be emotionally available yet. I don't think they're being honest about that, okay? Now we'll see with the clarifying here. What comes up? This is a strong person. Yes, this is a very strong person that you were with. And the question is, what's going on for them right now, and what are you going to do about it? Because that's, we spy on our exes for why? Just to see how they're doing, or because we're trying to get them back, or because we want to wish them the best. Like, you have to just decide what your motivation is for this reading as well. When I was talking about the strength, this person is very strong. We've got the Knight of Wands. This is that card of getting through a fight and showing everybody that they've made it. They're on the other side. They're wounded. They've gone through a lot, but they are no longer going to be taken advantage of. No one can take them down. There is a vulnerability to this because they're showing themselves, but there is and this person has a knife, right? So they're still willing to fight for themselves. There's no reason for them to give in. They're feeling their strength. They know that they have developed the strength through adversity, and so they're showing that, okay? And this could be specifically about their finance, their financial strength, but I feel like this is starting to develop for their emotional strength as well. They're starting to reveal themselves emotionally, even though they haven't in the past. The Temperance card is being clarified by the Judgment card in reverse. So the Judgment card in reverse is that it's the need to look at yourself and your destiny to see if you're living on point. And I think that the idea behind, these are major arcanas, by the way, major energy here. This person who's trying to find balance between emotions and stability, it's, things are kind of upended in the life right now where they're trying to make sense of what what their path in life is. When the Judgment card is in the upright, it means that we are looking straight at what is our legacy, what is our destiny. Sometimes we're looking at reconciliation, but we're re-looking at things, right? This person isn't yet, and I think it's just because they're in that healing place of finding the balance, and that what will happen is that they will start to accept that, if they're on path or not. But right now they're just trying to get to the balanced place before they decide if they're on path or not. I think that this is the path to go. I think they're just not looking at it right now, which is interesting because they're so strong in so many ways, and that this is just their hang up. Their hang up is looking at themselves without ego, pulling themselves, getting the perspective. That is their hang up. That's their weakness here. Now we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, clarified by the Five of Cups. There's sorrow here, and he's not, or she is not, looking at all of the treasures that are there. The fact that there are still cups that are not overturned, that there are eggs that are not broken. So it's a wound. The reason why your person is not connecting with others is because they're emotionally wounded. Now, that makes sense, as, if you're someone who is very good at working, very, very good at developing a stability for your life, and just now starting to develop an emotional stability, it's of course makes sense that it's because you were wounded, that you weren't ready to quite move forward. I'm saying they're not ready to move forward yet because they're healing this, right? This is this sorrow, this despondency, disappointment in how things went. Maybe they're disappointed in how things went with you, and that they are considering reconciliation. It's out there floating, but they can't quite see how to bring it in. So that's also a possibility because that card is there. But this is a sorrow because, they're not feeling very good in their social life. They're not feeling good and balanced emotionally in order to be emotionally available for others, which is actually quite good news because a lot of people who are emotionally unavailable have no understanding as to why. They don't even talk about it, right? They don't even see it in themselves. I feel like your person is now starting to understand, oh my God, my life is this way. I don't have a relationship because of all of this pain that I've been carrying around my entire life because of, whatever situation happened to them probably in childhood. So I think your person is really starting to wake up. Which is great news. Your Ace of Swords, here's that truth that's coming through for them. This Ace of Swords is clarifying the Knight of Swords not speaking. The Knight of Swords is in reverse. So the Ace is going to come through eventually and say, look, you have to speak your truth. And I think this is all this energy of the balance between stability and emotional security. Okay, so this person has both of these aspects that they're working towards, and that's their healing journey right now. Now let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. We've got the Nine of Pentacles. Now I do like this because we're talking about them being single, right? So we've already got this aspect where things just aren't quite working. They can't quite get relationship going because they're healing, because they're not emotionally available. They're all in their singlehood, counting their coins. Now, it's, this is what's going on for them. I don't know how else to say it. It's very clear here. The question is, if you want to reconcile, that card is out here, but it's in the flip side, right? So, and I wouldn't actually recommend it right now because it seems like they're still working through this stuff to be emotionally available. They may have had the issue where they pulled away. They never really even gave themselves to you because they didn't know how. And now they're figuring it out. This is how they're going to go deeper. They're going to learn how to do that. And if it was, what I'm feeling for some of you is if it was something where you offered this depth to them, they may come back to you. They may figure out that there is a reconciliation possibility here because you would help them get to that deeper place. But that's going to mean that they're going to have to swallow some pride and drop their ego in order to do so. And I don't know if this person can do it, but that's what their healing path is asking of them. So that is pile 3. Let me know if you're liking it below. I have to put that in the box because I forgot to mention that. But for now, I send you all my love.